you want to give us an opening statement of, win against Bentley and then the trip up to RIT, just to get us started.
Yeah. Some positive and negatives.
Sure.
Negatives from the weekend. I thought, the offense was great both nights. Made a lot of plays. I think guys are starting to feel more confident with the puck and are trying to make plays. Thursday might have been one of our best games. They're, best couple periods for sure. The first and the second that we played this year. I thought Saturday we got away from that a little bit, and I thought we just mismanaged the puck. Not as responsible as we have been, but when you have some, a little bit of a younger team, sometimes guys are going to try to make plays, and I thought they maybe went just a stretch too far with that.
Speaking of younger players, your defense, the 9 defensemen, 4 freshmen, 2 sophomores, 3 juniors, but the two of the juniors, Nick and Nathan, this is only their second season. They lost the freshman year because of the COVID. How do you think so far with that young defense? I mean, what do you like and what do you need to see improvement in?
I think it's a tremendous opportunity for these guys to get so much ice time as young players, and just such a benefit for them to be, thrown into the fire. It's exciting to see that they've taken big steps, and I think when you have some, younger defensemen, you might have nights where you are prone to, what happened on Saturday, where you're just making inexperienced plays, and just your team defense, if we're not picking each other up, we can get into trouble. But overall, really happy with where they're at, and they've taken such steps, and there's just so much accountability on them as a young D-corps.
I mean, how important is it for them, this group, to forget about what happened Saturday night and improve and work in practice to try and erase those mistakes?
Well, we talked about it, and we're a group that we're going to take accountability for what we did. We made some mistakes defensively, and it ended up in the back of our net. Also, as a coach, I have to take some ownership of that because we were pushing the game. When you get down like that, we were trying to get our D up. We were trying to be really active. We were trying to, basically throw a Hail Mary to get back into the game. So you take some chances, and that ended up coming back to bite us. And so I'll take ownership of that. But the first period as a group, we got to be more ready to go, and we learn from it. And if we do that, we talk about it all the time. There's winners and there's learners. So hopefully we learn and move on.
How important is it for Nick and Nathan, since they're the juniors, even though, like I said, this is only their second year playing, how important is that for them to be leaders, since they're upperclassmen, to help the 6 underclassmen?
I think anytime, you have guys that have some experience, if they can kind of lead and show, it's really important, and I think those guys have done a nice job of it. We also have Connor Murphy, who's there to back those guys up. That's a little bit older as well, so he has the ability to lead back there. So it's kind of a team effort, and I think Lenny does a great job with him. He's so positive and has a great energy about him.
Yeah, Nick and John have recently been recognized with weekly awards by the conference. What does that say about their start so far to the season?
They're playing some hard minutes, and they're producing offensively. So it's nice to see. I think it gives us confidence to know that they're only going to get better, and they're only going to get more comfortable in their role. So I think they both have big-time futures ahead for us, and excited that we have them in the program.
I mean, how important is it for them, for the underclassmen, not to panic and maybe lose confidence after what happened Saturday night? I mean, how important is it for them to try to just forget what happened and just move on?
Yeah, we've 100% moved past that. I'm really confident in that. We have a group that, again, we take accountability for what happened, but we're ready to go and ready for the next challenge and just keep moving on. And we're always going to be a staff that promotes making plays, and sometimes when you do that, you might make a turnover, and you might make a mistake. I'm going to make mistakes as coaches. Lenny's going to make mistakes. John's going to make. We're all going to make mistakes, but we're going to push through, and we're going to work hard so we can bail each other out.
Just back defensively for a second. Some of the guys said identified a lot of the mistakes, in tape, watching tape, and then corrected them throughout the week. What were some of the mistakes, some of the main mistakes that you recognized and need to get fixed?
Well, I thought that a lot of the mistakes we made were coming out of our offensive zone, where we were diving in, trying to keep a puck alive, and the next thing you know, it puts us in an odd man situation coming back. So just being more accountable with F3. Also, just getting underneath sticks. A lot of times we were right in position, we just didn't get underneath the stick and tie up a guy. So You can't be giving up the free ones like we did on Saturday.
And then looking ahead to UMass, they were talking about, obviously, with being a ranked team, the guys were saying, well, we're going to play a lot of these kind of teams down the stretch. So how can this game kind of get you prepared for the level of talent that you're going to see throughout the conference season?
Yeah, I mean, this is an unbelievable opportunity for us. I mean, we're going into a building where, a lot of people are going to probably say we don't have a chance. We like our group. We're excited about our group, and we're ready to get going. And I think just having the challenge of playing a really good opponent, like you're going to get that a lot in the ECAC. So to be able to go on the road, kind of bond together as a group, have some fun with it, it's a great spot to be in.
Obviously, you want to win games.
Yep.
But how important is it for your team to be playing well in your last 2 non-conference games before you start conference play next week?
It's really important just to be taking steps. And we talk about it a lot. Like, we don't want to look at the score of every single game. We want to look at the process of our development as a group, and are we growing? And I think that's the biggest thing for right now is I think we've established a culture of trust where we feel like we're a family right now, and we're starting to get comfortable with each other. But we got to continue to develop our game, and we got to take steps defensively as well as just continue to have more confidence with the puck.
What do you have to do going into the Mullins Center to not let UMass dictate the play from the get-go?
We talk about winning games in the first 5 minutes, and that's setting your pace. We want to be the team that possesses the puck. We got to hold on to it. We can't just throw it away. When we get in trouble is when we're just throwing pucks blindly to the middle of the ice and they're able to transition and go. We want to make it more of a half-court game instead of a transition game. I think we have the ability to make plays off the rush, but we don't want to exchange chances with teams. We want to get a chance off the rush, and then if we don't score, possess it, hold on to it, and then try to create offense from there.
They're coming off big 2 wins against defending national champion Denver. I mean, obviously they're probably going to be pumped up, but can a team like that, after such 2 big wins, suffer a little bit of a letdown?
I mean, they're so well coached. I think they'll be ready to go, and we want their best. I mean, we want to see where we stack up against a really good hockey team. So I think they'll be ready. I know they'll be ready, and it's on us to again set the pace and get after them right away.
Any update on naming captains?
We started talking with the guys. I think that'll probably be something within the next week or 2 that we have the season A's on the jersey. So.
Right, maybe before next week's games?
Yeah, I would think before league play we'd like to have captain's name. That's
one last question. When the original schedule came out, the last game of the year against Princeton was set for 4, and then now it's moved to 7. Is there any reason that was changed to 7 o'clock because it's a senior night or something?
Well, we were actually, hoping to try to make that work to be at 4 o'clock, but just with league scheduling and whatnot, both teams kind of have to confirm it, and something got missed on Princeton's part, and we didn't ask them, and so just kind of, we'll play it at 7, and hopefully, yeah, that's just kind of what happened. So.